Ahladakara. See, Sisiram, that is Sishira Dvayam, because Shishiram, Shitam Sparshe Viryecha, Sitam Sparshe Viryecha. That is, even while explaining about the Chandana Grahya Lakshana, that is Kashepi, Swadetiktam, Kashepitam, Chederaktam, Tanau that is Tanau. And here Sitam Sparshe Viryecha, the Tanau Sitam, that is when you touch the plant, when you touch or when you apply the Chandana, which gives the pleasantness, which gives the Sitata, and also which is having Shita Virya. Shitam Sparshe Viryecha. Sitam cha, Sitam Sparsham cha, Viryam cha. That is Sandhi. That is Shitam Sparsham cha, Viryam cha, Sita Sparsham Viryam cha. That is the Sparsha and Virya, the aspects. When you touch or when you apply the Chandana, which gives the cooling effect, and also the Virya of Chandana is having Shita Virya. Okay, so based on that, he used to say Shishiram, Sitam Sparshe Viryecha. That is the cooling effect of Chandana is having, that is Shita Virya, and its cooling effect, Shishiram. Sri Khandam, Sriya Yutani Kandanyashaha. Sri, that is auspicious nature, they used to say. Most of them in puja time also we are using this one. The Chandana plant is one of the auspicious plant. It's the different meanings given by the scholars. Okay, even Sarpavasam. So as it is one of the semi-root parasitic plant, and near this plant, so many the serpents, like it may be a snakes or any the serpents, they used to present around this plant because of its the aromatic nature, because of its odor. So many the serpents they used to present, especially the snakes will be more around this plant because of its aromatic nature. That is Sarpavasam. Okay, so these are some of the synonyms of Chandana. Okay, so please remember the synonyms of Chandana based on the availability: Malayaja, Malaya, Malayodbhava. Based on the leaves, Tilaparnakam. Based on the odor or based on the useful part, that is Kandasara. So that is Gandhasara, Gandharaja. Based on its aromatic nature, Bhadrasri, and this based on the appearance, which is beautiful, and Chandra Duti. This is based on the its potency, based on the potency. Chandra Duti, Shishiram, Sri Kandham, and Sarpavasam because of its aroma. These are the synonyms of Chandana. Okay, so we'll see before going to the Swarupa habit. So what you are observing in your screen, so this is the Chandana plant. So near this plant, they have planted one plant. This is a Ardhaki. In Sanskrit, we used to call it an Ardhaki. Kannadadalli Togre Gida, Casinus indica, Casinus indica. Kannadadalli Togre Bele and Togre Gida anta helteve. So usually when you preparing the samplings, so at that time, especially during the early development, at that time roots are not able to absorb the nutrients from the distant plants. So that's why along with the Chandana plant, we have to put this plant. So most of the times we have seen along with the Chandana, they used to add Ardaki plant. This is Casinus indica or Casinus casana, because this plant, this Ardaki, from the Ardaki plant, they used to absorb the nutrients for its growth. That's why it's considered as a semi-root parasitic plant. That's why Chandana plant is considered as semi-root parasitic plant. Okay, so this is the Chandana samplings. So in this picture you can see this is the stem of Chandana. When it is completely matured, it becomes the longitudinal furrows. The deep longitudinal furrows will be present. In this picture is not that much of deep furrows not present. So here you can observe the type of leaf and arrangement of leaf in this picture. So here you can clearly see what Acharya says, Tilaparnaka. So this is Tilaparnakam. So you can observe the leaves of Tila. So this is the leaf of Tila. So it is a somewhat ovate lanceolate shape, that is broadest at the base, gradually tapering towards the apex, and it looks like ovate, egg shaped. And also you can observe the flowers of Tila, yellow, the flowers of Tila. So here mainly just you observe the leaves of Tila. Okay. So here the shape is somewhat resemblance as like that of Tilaparnaka. See, as like the Tilaparna, even the length, shape is almost resemblance. So based that resemblance, they used to say like Tilaparnaka. So as the length of the lamina, is 2 to 3 times than the width. So based on this character, you can say lanceolate. And another character, it is broadest at the middle and tapering towards the apex as well as base. So based on this character, you can say ovate. So the shape of the lamina is lanceolate ovate. Lanceolate ovate. This is the shape of the lamina. So this is one. So this is one leaf. This is one leaf. So this, the green expanded part of the lamina is not dissected or not divided. So based on this character, you can say this is simple leaf. So type of leaf is simple. Arrangement is opposite. Okay, and I will show another picture. See in this picture the arrangement of leaf. So this is one pair of leaf. So here I am moving the mouse. So here you can observe. So this is one pair of leaf. Arrangement of leaf is opposite. So you can observe another pair. This is exactly right angle to each other. So both the pair, if you observe, so exactly right angle to each other. That is perpendicular to each other. So this, based on this character, we can say this is opposite decussate. Opposite decussate. Even if you write the arrangement of leaf is opposite, that is sufficient. But even if you write opposite decussate, is very good. The arrangement of leaflet is opposite decussate. From the top of the plant, if you see, it looks in two planes. If it looks in two planes, that is opposite decussate is the arrangement of leaves. So this is the geographical variations. So there, the previous picture, if you observe that, the length will be more compared to the width. That is 2 to 3 times more. That is lanceolate. Here it is exactly ovate. So here we are unable to say as lanceolate because the base will be broader. So the base will be broader and it is broadest at the middle. So exactly it looks like an ovate. It looks like an egg shaped. So this is the geographical variation. In different areas, we'll get the different shape of the leaf. So, and also you can clearly observe about the arrangement of the leaflet. So arrangement of the leaflet is opposite decussate. Opposite decussate. Okay. So this is another picture along with the arrangement of leaf. You can observe the inflorescence. So this is the inflorescence. This is the terminal part of the. In the terminal part of the branches, the inflorescence is there. Okay, I will show another picture about the yes. Before going to the inflorescence, we'll go. You can take the Swarupa habit. So it is a small evergreen tree. Say they used to say in the textbook, but even it is a moderate sized, small to moderate sized evergreen tree, small to medium sized evergreen glabrous tree, evergreen Sada Haridra Varna, Harita Varna. Always the leaves will be present. Always leaves will be present. It is not deciduous. Deciduous leaves will fall in particular season. But this is the plant. Throughout the year, leaves will be present. Throughout the year, leaves will be present, and those leaves are evergreen. Okay, so you can say write the morphology as it is a small to moderate sized tree. Glabrous evergreen tree which grows about 30 to 40 feet height. 30 to 40 feet height. Okay, it's a small to moderate sized evergreen glabrous tree. So throughout the part, any part you can take, You can take the leaf, you can take the flowers, you can take the fruit, you can take any part of the plant, so you will not get any hairs. That is glabrous. Totally the whole plant will be glabrous. Okay, so it is a small or medium sized evergreen glabrous tree with a slender drooping branches. If you see the plant, definitely you will come to know the branches are not horizontal, the branches are drooping, they are in downward directions. The small branches are there, so those branches are in they are looking in downward directions. That is drooping branches. Okay, and the important two terminologies here: sapwood and heartwood. Sapwood is white and odorless. I will show what is sapwood and what is heartwood and what are the difference. I will show while explaining about the useful part. So sapwood is white and odorless. That is Shweta Chandana. Sapwood is white and odorless. So Chandana is famous. It is known for its odor, but that sapwood is odorless. Please here you have to concentrate here. The sapwood is odorless. Okay, heartwood, that is yellowish brown in color. Heartwood is yellowish brown in color and it is strongly scented. That is Gandhasara, Gandho Ashyaha, Gandha Ashyaha, Gandho Ashyaha, Gandho Saro Ashyaha. That is the Gandha which is present in the Sara Bhaga. That is in the heartwood. So heartwood is yellowish brown and strongly scented. Okay, next we'll move to the leaves. As you observed, type of leaf is simple. Arrangement is opposite decussate. Shape of the leaf is elliptic lanceolate. Elliptic, that is broadest at the middle, tapering towards the base as well as the apex. Based on that character, you can say elliptic, and length will be more compared to the width. That is lanceolate, elliptic lanceolate. And in another picture I have shown where it is broadest at the middle, gradually tapering towards the apex. That is exactly like egg shaped. That is ovate. You can write the shape of the lamina is elliptic lanceolate or ovate shaped, and apex is acute or subacute. The apex of the lamina is acute or subacute. The size of the lamina, the length will be 4 to 6 centimeter, 4 to 6 centimeter length and 2 to 3 centimeter width. The margins of the lamina is entire. The margins of the lamina is entire, and petiole is 1 to 1.3 centimeter long. I will show once again the pictures of the leaf. See, it is the type of leaf is simple. Arrangement of the leaf is opposite decussate, and shape of the lamina is it is see, it is broadest at the middle, tapering towards apex and base and apex. Both are, it is gradually tapering. So this, based on this character, we can say elliptic. And lanceolate, that is length will be more compared to the width. That is lanceolate. In another picture, exactly there will show the ovate shape. Okay, here it is elliptic lanceolate, and the margin is, the margins of the lamina is entire. This is the margin. This is entire margin. The apex is acute or subacute. This is, and the petiole, so approximately about 1 to 1.3 centimeter. Okay. So this is exactly like ovate. So the base and apex you can observe. So exactly ovate shaped. Okay. Next we'll move to the inflorescence. So this is the flower buds of Chandana. So here you can observe the inflorescence, the flowers, which is somewhat the purplish, purplish in color. So these are the pictures, the inflorescence. So this is the terminal part, at the end of the branches, the inflorescence they used to develop. So here also you can observe at the axillary region. So the inflorescence is terminal and also from the axillary region. Say this you can consider as the main, the peduncle. So over that there is another branch. Over that the flowers are present. So based on this character I have mentioned in the previous drug. So this is the characteristic feature of the panicle inflorescence. That is especially the Anacardiaceae member. That is, we used to say panicle. But the important thing is that is 3 flowers together. I have explained while explaining about the gambari. That is the main peduncle will be present, that is Mahakusumika. So based on that, the main peduncle, the 3-flowered cyme inflorescence is going to develop. That is panicle cyme inflorescence. In the same way, here also the Chandana is panicle cyme inflorescence. That is terminal or axillary panicle cyme inflorescence, you can say. So please remember this picture, so you can easily write the morphology. Okay. So this is the fruit. You can observe. So this is a small globose shaped green colored. The fruit will be present. So here you can observe the fruits in the terminal part of the branches. So this is another picture of the fruits of Chandana. The nature of the fruit is drupe. So here you can say this is the ripened fruit of. So this is the ripened fruit of Chandana. So this is the terminal part. In the terminal part of the branches, you can observe the fruit, and also in the axillary region. So unripened fruit, shape, type of fruit is drupe, single is hard, single stony, the endocarp will be present. So this is the ripened fruit. This is completely ripened fruit. This is also ripened fruit, and it is completely ripened. It becomes somewhat dark color. Okay, so these are the seeds of Chandana. This is the seeds of Chandana. This picture shows this is heartwood and sapwood. Just before going to show the heartwood pictures, heartwood and sapwood picture. So what are the difference you can observe in this picture, in this slide? The central region of old trees forms the heartwood. Central region at the center of the plant, in the stem, the central region of the trees forms the heartwood. There it will develop the heartwood. Whereas the sapwood, that is the outer region of the old trees, forms the sapwood. Outer regions of the old trees forms the sapwood. And so this heartwood is also called as duramen. Duramen, whereas the sapwood is alburanum. Alburanum, and it is hard and durable. This heartwood is hard and durable, whereas sapwood is soft and not durable. And the functions of this region is mechanical support. The heartwood, the main function for the botanically is mechanical support, whereas the function of this region is conduction of water. The sapwood function is conduction of the water and nutrients, and also storage of the food. We'll see the pictures of this is the sapwood and heartwood. You can see this is the kanda, the stem of Chandana plant. So what you are observing, this white part is called as sapwood. The white part you can observing that is the sapwood, whereas somewhat the brownish color. So this is the heartwood. This is the useful part. This is having more valuable. So because how much this heartwood develops, it increases that much of the cost of the drug. Okay, we'll see another picture. So this is the completely have removed the stem bark, and some part of the sapwood they have removed. So this is ready for marketing purpose. This is stored parts of the sandalwood, Chandana. I think you have, if you remember the movie, there is a Gandhal Gudi movie. So you can remember there they used to smuggle this plant because of this cost of the drug. So this is another picture. You can observe the heartwood and sapwood. So this is another picture. You can easily differentiate. You can sapwood with the heartwood. See here in this picture. So this part, this is a small. The diameter will be less. This is the sapwood, and here the diameter will be more. This is the heartwood. Heartwood and sapwood. So this is heartwood, sapwood, and bark. So this is another picture. You can clearly see from externally. This is the outer bark, outer stem bark, and the inner stem bark. The inner stem bark is somewhat red color. The outer bark is hard, having the longitudinal furrows is there, and so these are the annual rings, growth rings are there. So this is the sapwood which is white in color. So this is heartwood, and in the middle the pith is present. Okay, you can observe the radial surface. Okay, the longitudinal surface you can observe. So this is another picture of the heartwood and sapwood. You can observe. So this is the timber of Chandana. So this is a 13-year-old sandalwood. See, you observe the girth of the heartwood. So how much the girth is increased, that much of the value is going to increase. Okay. So this is the coarse powder to prepare, like any preparations, like or you can extract the oil from the heartwood. So we used to do first like this. Small pieces we used to make. So this is the Chandana oil, extracted oil, how much it is clear and very aromatic. So next, this slide about the inflorescence. Okay. So the terminal and axillary paniculate cyme inflorescence. Already I have shown the pictures. Terminal, axillary, paniculate cyme inflorescence is the type of inflorescence. Whereas the flowers are brownish purple in color. I think you have seen the color of the flowers. The color of the flowers is brownish purple and inodorous. So this is very important. Inodorous. Whereas only the heartwood is having aromatic in nature. Even the flowers are inodorous. Even the sapwood is inodorous. Okay. And type of fruit is drupe. Type of fruit is drupe. Shape is globose. And size is 1.3 centimeter in diameter. And the color is purple black in color. Color is purple black in color. And the heartwood is, so as the useful part of the Chandana is heartwood. So what we are getting in the market, so that heartwood is cylindrical or longitudinally split pieces. Cylindrical or longitudinally split pieces. And the heartwood up to 20 centimeter long and 4 to 8 centimeter in diameter, pale reddish brown and bright yellowish in color. So we used to get in the market. So this picture shows about the cultivation of the plant Chandana throughout India, where the habitat, Utpatti Sthana, how much percentage is present in how much area they are cultivating. See this picture, see number one place they have given as Karnataka. So that's why we used to say the Karnataka as the sandalwood. The Karnataka film industry, they used to call it as sandalwood, because the sandalwood is the one plant which is abundantly grown in Karnataka. See in this picture here, the Karnataka, this picture, that is government area, they used to cultivate around about 10,400 hectare areas. 10,400 hectare areas. The government of state government of Karnataka is cultivating this plant Chandana. Whereas, so this color shows this is the individual, the common peoples, they used to cultivate around about 375 hectare areas. They are cultivating Chandana by the common peoples. This is from state government. Somewhat the brown color, it shows the brown color, that is the state government. So this is from the individual peoples. So the second place they have given in Tamil Nadu. So Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, the third one is Kerala, and the fourth one is Andhra Pradesh. So especially the South Indian states. In South India, that is in Western Ghats, so abundantly this drug is available. Naturally it is available. So if you compare, so all the states in one side and Karnataka one side. So in Karnataka state, so it is abundantly available. So it can be imported in any countries, but it is banned by the state governments. It is banned by the government of India. So under the provision of the government of India only, you can sell to the other countries. Okay, so this is the habitat. Okay, so it is grown in Western Ghats, mainly in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. In Karnataka, it is grown in Western Ghats, mainly in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. But the out of countries, like in Indonesia, India, Australia, and some New Zealand. India, Indonesia, New Zealand, and Australia. So those countries are also cultivating, but mainly in India. So Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh, especially in the South Indian states were cultivating abundantly this drug. Okay. Next, about the active principles, that is the chemical composition. You can say the sandalwood oil contains around about 95% of isomeric sesquiterpene alcohol, as the sandalwood is the hardwood which yields which is the volatile oil. That volatile oil which contains 95% of 2-isomeric sesquiterpene alcohol. Please remember, 95% of 2-isomeric sesquiterpene alcohol. So along with the other important active principle of the chandana is centalol. Centalol, S-E-A-N-T-A-L-O-L. Centalol, alpha centalol, beta centalol. So these are the main active principles of the chandana taila. And apart from these, the centalol, centene, S-E-A-N-T-E-N, centene, centenone, terasentol, centellone. So these are some of the active principles of chandana. Okay, next, another important question in chandana. So many times they were asked to write the classification of chandana or the types of chandana. Viva voce question as well as in the theory examination question. So it may be a 5 marks question or it may be a 3 marks question also. Because chandana dvaya, if you consider, there is Shweta chandana and Rakta chandana. So according to Bhava Prakash Nigantu, it is of 4 types: Shweta chandana, Rakta chandana, Pita chandana, Ku chandana. According to Bhava Prakash Nigantu, it is of 4 types: Shweta chandana, Rakta chandana, Pita chandana, Ku chandana. See, the botanical sources are also there. Shweta chandana is Santalum album, whereas Rakta chandana is Pterocarpus santalinus. Pterocarpus santalinus is the botanical source for Rakta chandana. And the Pita chandana, that is Coccinum fenestratum. Please remember, already I have discussed this drug. Pita chandana, that is Coccinum fenestratum. In South India, we are using Coccinum fenestratum as a substitute for Daru Haridra. So Daru Haridra in South India, it is not available. It is not available. In only North India, Berberis aristata is available in the name of Daru Haridra. But we are not getting Daru Haridra. So in the name of Daru Haridra, we are using Pita chandana, that is Coccinum fenestratum in South India. Okay, so Pita chandana is Coccinum fenestratum. And the 4th one is Kuchandana. Kuchandana, you can say Caesalpinia sappanna. So another name for the Sanskrit name is Patranga. Patranga, the Caesalpinia sappanna is the another name for Kuchandana. Okay, according to Bhava Prakash Nigantu, 4 types: Shweta chandana, Rakta chandana, Pita chandana, Ku chandana. Please remember the types of chandana. It's one of the important question in the examination, theory or in Viva voce also. So according to Dhanvantari Nigantu, it is 5 types. According to Kayadeva Nigantu, it is 6 types. Okay, if they ask a 5 marks question, we have to explain all these 3 classifications. Okay. So according to Bhava Prakash Nigantu, 5, according to 4, according to Dhanvantari Nigantu, 5, according to Kayadeva Nigantu, 6. So according to Dhanvantari Nigantu, Chandana, Rakta Chandana, Kaliyaka, Ku chandana. So please remember, if you remember the according to Bhava Prakash Nigantu, it is same as like that of the extra one he has added Barbharika. So what Bhava Prakash says, the same thing is explained by Dhanvantari Nigantukara and added one more type of chandana that is called Barbarika. So here Kaliyaka is Pita Chandana. Kaliyaka is Pita Chandana. That is based on the Varna he used to say. Pita Chandana, that is Haridra, Haridra Varna. Okay. So Kaliyaka, that is Coccinum fenestratum, is the Sanskrit name for this is Pita Chandana. Okay. So Chandana, there is Santalum album, Rakta Chandana, Pterocarpus santalinus, Kaliyaka. So this is Coccinum fenestratum. Ku chandana, this is Caesalpinia sappanna. And the Barbarica, they have not given the botanical source. And according to Kayadeva Nigantu, he used to say 6 types: Chandana, Rakta Chandana, Pita Chandana, Kairata Chandana, Barbara Chandana, Hari Chandana. Chandana, Rakta Chandana, Pita Chandana, Kairata Chandana, Barbara Chandana, and Hari Chandana. So these are the 6 types of Chandana. Okay. So next we'll move to the Rasa Panchaka. So as in the introduction itself, I have mentioned the rasa of Chandana is the first word, Swade Tiktam. The rasa of Chandana is Tikta rasa. Okay. So Tikta, Madhura, Anurasa. So this is one of the Samana Pratyarabdha Dravya. Tikta, Madhura rasa, Laguruksha Guna, Shita Virya, Katu Vipaka, and Dosha Karmagnata is Pitta, Kapha Shamaka. Mainly it does Pitta, Shamana Karma. Okay. So Tikta, Madhura rasa, Laguruksha Guna, Shita Virya, Katu Vipaka. Samana Pratyarabdha Dravya. So karma, as Acharya Charaka, under in 25th chapter, while explaining about Agradravyas, he says Durgandha Haranam. That is the first important karma is Daurgandhya Nashaka. So Daurgandhya Nashaka. So it may be. So here I am explaining about especially in case of Shweta Pradara and Rakta Pradara conditions. That is in gynecological disorder, especially when there is a Shweta Pradara and Rakta Pradara, there will be some bad odor is present. That is in particular conditions. Apart from that, there are maybe excessive sweat, or in the oral cavity, or from the bodies, there may be like a durgandha, a bad odor will be present. So depending upon the condition, you can use. So here I am explaining about particularly Shweta Pradara and Rakta Pradara conditions. So this Chandana, Kvatar, Kashaya, they are used for douche purpose. You can give the wash, Yoni Prakshalanartha, you can use, as it is having Daurgandha Nashaka. Okay. Rakta Prasadaka. So definitely it is indicating case of Rakta Vikaras. Tvak Doshahara as Kandugna. So it is having Tvak Vikara, that is Varna Vikara. In that condition it is indicated. It is having Trushnahara, as Acharya Charaka mentioned, Trushna Nigrahana Mahakashaya. So it is having Kushtagna. So as it is Tvacha and Rakta Shodhaka and Rakta Prasadaka. So by that it is useful in case of Kushta. It is having Jvaragna, specifically in case of Pitta Jvara, it is indicated. And it is having Anghamarda Prashamanam. So Angamarda means that is a body ache, you can say. This is especially because of the Vata dosha. So Angamarda is because of the visheshan of the Vata dosha, they used to occur. So in case of Angamarda Prashamana, that is having the karma. So indicating case of Angamarda, and is having Daha Prashamana, that as it does Pitta Shamana karma. So indicating case of Daha, that is burning sensation. Next we'll move to the therapeutic uses. That is Amaika Prayoga. So in case of Pitta Jvara, Chandana Dikwata, Sharkara along with the Madhu it is given. It is mentioned in Sushruta Samhita. Chandana Dikwata, you can give Chandana Dikwata along with the Sharkara and Madhu, as it is having Tikta Rasatmaka Dravya. So for give the pleasantness, to increase the taste, you can add Sharkara and Madhu. Even Sharkara is also, Acharya Charaka mentioned Sharkara under Jvarahana Mahakashaya. So Chandana is also having a Pitta Shamana Karma. So along with the Chandana and Sharkara, as a adjuvant or as an Anupana, also you can use the Madhu, particularly in case of Pitta Jvara. And in case of Shukra Meha, this Arjuna and Chandana, this is a specific remedy mentioned by Acharya Shivshrita. In case of Shukra Meha, type of Prameha, there you can use the Kvata of Arjuna and Chandana, Shivshrita Chikitsasthana. And Chardi, in case of Chardi, Chandana Churna is given along with the Amalaki Swarasa. That is in case of the vomiting, you can use along with the Amalaki Swarasa. You can prepare the Leha, you can do the Lehana Karma. And in case of Raktarsha, the Chandranadi Kashaya is given along with the Shunti. In case of Raktarsha, Chandranadi Kashaya is given, Chandana Kashaya is given along with the Shunti. In case of Raktati Sara, as see the conditions like Rakta, Raktati Sara, Raktarsha. So as it does Rakta Prashamana or Rakta Prasadhaka Karma, Pitta Shamana Karma, and because of this Ruksha Gunatmaka, so which is indicated in like Atisara conditions, Rakta Atisara, which does Stambhana Karma. Okay, in case of it does Stambhana Karma. So Rakta Atisara, Chandana Churna is given along with the Sharkara and Madhu.